The last time I was here was in September. I'd never been here before, and where I'm standing is right in front of the Capitol building in Boise. There's a park right across the street, and I ran into this statue. If you've never been here, come and read it. This was one of our first governors. His name was Frank Steunenberg. He was the governor in 1897. And during that time, if you read the sign, there was really organized lawlessness going on in the state of Idaho. Frank didn't like that. And so he wanted to stand for law and order and justice in Idaho. And he did that. He put that stamp back on the state of Idaho. We were going to be a state that stands for law and order. He was so disliked for that they actually, well, they killed him for it. Sad, but he stood for what was right. You know, when I was standing here reading that in September, right over my shoulder here, right behind this statue, the Pride Festival was being set up. A big stage, a great big stage where they were going to be practicing a celebration of, if we're being honest, sexual immorality. A stage where they were going to have little children as young as 11 marching around in drag to entertain adults. The church did stand up, several churches, friends of mine, Jim Dome and Neil Mammon, Pastor David Axe from Star, and myself, Pastor Marty O's from Mountain Heights Calvary Chapel, and many other churches, I will say as well. And they said they were going to bring it to a stop. And we all cheered. We were excited. In fact, we showed up on these steps. I'll turn around and show you this. We showed up on these steps right here, hundreds of us, and we prayed. We prayed for our state. We prayed for the people that were out here having this celebration. And then we got good news. We got good news that they weren't going to have those kids march on that stage anymore. And we all cheered, and we kind of let our guard down. And guess what happened? Well, they did it anyway. See, we can't let our guard down. We have an enemy that prowls the earth like a lion, waiting to devour and attack. We know this as Christians, as believers. Why can we live in a state that on the political landscape is called a red state, a state that represents conservative values, a state that is supposedly full of Republicans and Christians in our government, but yet we let so many things pass that are sexualizing our children, being told that we're bad for whatever color we are. Why is that? I believe it's because our government is full of not only rhinos, which are, Republicans in name only, but it's also full of binos, which is believers in name only. Why doesn't the mayor's office and our city councils and our Capitol building, why isn't it full of mature believers who will stand for things that are right? Why aren't those people taking office? And I believe that falls on our shoulders, which is the pastors. Because we've told churches, we've told all the people in the pews that go into all the world and make disciples, but whatever you do, don't go into the world of government. Stay away from there. That one part of the civilian world that has more of an influence on anybody than anything else. Don't go there. No, we're supposed to go into all the world as we go, wherever we go, and be Christians, be citizens of heaven, ambassadors for Christ. And we can be governors, and we can be mayors, and we can be on the city council. In fact, we're supposed to go out there. We're supposed to care of others more than ourselves. We're supposed to do what is right. We know the right thing to do. The book of James tells us in James 4, those who know the right thing to do and don't do it, to him, it is sin. Where is the next strong, mature believer that's going to rise up and be our mayors in one of these cities in the Treasure Valley, going to rise up and be our next governor? We want to get behind you. We want to spark you to stand up and stand for righteousness, stand for law and order. And you can do that. And guess what? You can also do that and spread the good news of Jesus Christ every step of the way. Today, you're going to meet some people that do just that. Welcome to Aware.